Hello everyone, welcome to Ultimate Diecast. My name's Tyrone and this is Eye Candy. In 143, I'm sorry I don't have a real Lamborghini to show you. I wish I did, but I do not. 143 seems to be the optimal level for detail and budget, I suppose you'd say. Fantastic car, but this isn't the one I want to talk about, not just yet anyway. I want to start you off on something cheap. Bit of a thrill ride in the Jaguar. These are around, aren't they? You don't need to be a millionaire. This is the F-Type SVR. These are everything I'm about to show you in this one and part 2 of the 2-part series of Eye Candy are distributed by Panini, and I'll show you baker's dozen, but let's get on with this fantastic looking Jaguar. The back end is mimicked by the SUV Jaguar. What is that, the F-Pace from memory? Thereabout. Fantastic. I have some stories about supercars. Hopefully you'll find them amusing. This has got a carbon carburetor. I was going to say pseudo carbon carburetor, but everything's pseudo on this because it's not a real car. I'm sorry to break it to you. But it's got a pseudo carbon roof. Probably not for fuel economy. Fuel economy would not be in your wheelhouse if you were of the budget to own one of these. Heads up, young fella. That's it. Don't fidget. We'll get on with another. What have we here? McLaren 720S from 2017. My lord. Achingly beautiful cars. Are you happy if you're rich? Let me know in the comments. If you're filthy rich, are you happy? Tap Y for yes and N for no. Subtle colour. I can't work out. My working class eyes can't work out what colour this is. Is it grey? Is it white? Is it in between? Who knows? The most expensive car I've ever owned, I've had a few company cars over the years, but the most expensive car I've ever paid with out of my own pocket is about $30,000. And I was too scared to take it anywhere. It was a sports car, but aside from that, working class. When I see these, automatically I think waste of money, and then I think it's a beautiful car. But, yeah, goes back to the thing, isn't it? Are you happy? If you're content with 143 or even 1 to 18 or 1 to 64, which I'm really into, you can own any car on earth, but not to detract from the beauty of this supercar. Look at the profile of it. My lord. You wouldn't take it down to the hardware store, would you? Put some lumber in it. What have we here now? Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster. Who knows how much a real one of these would set you back? And if you had the money to buy it, would you even care? I've touted a RAC magazine article from a couple of years ago now that if you were to buy a brand new Lamborghini, the depreciation is approximately $1,200 per week. So yeah, again, if you are in the market for one, would you care? Stunning lines, just stunning. One of my brushes with supercars, and now I've never driven one, I've never owned one. Nissan 370Z is the closest I came to it, and that was a midlife crisis car. one of my brushes with supercars was with this one in real life. My wife and I were eating croissants in or outside a cafe in Paris one morning, and getting back to the "Are you happy if you're rich?" we were pretty happy just to be eating croissants in Paris. I've been to Paris perhaps 5 times, but it was the first time with my wife, and we were having a ball. It was a winter's morning, but not raining, and we were watching the world go by, and one of these pulls around the corner. And if you've ever been to Paris, or indeed many European cities, it's all cobblestones. So you need suspension. If you're going to drive a car around, you're going to need suspension. These probably not much suspension, although I'm sure it's all adaptable between high speed and bumpy roads, but come on. So one of these pulls around the corner. This is, of course, the Bugatti Chiron. Same colour scheme as this. So yeah, imagine a 1-to-1 scale, pulls around the corner, and a leggy brunette is waiting to get into it. So the door flips up, and the bottom of her miniskirt was taller than the roofline. It was quite something to see. But you'll find that if you ever get the chance to go to Paris, or Rome for that matter, the prettier the girl, the sulkier the look. So here is this gorgeous looking supermodel type girl with a pout that looked like she'd just been totally, deeply insulted. The door lifts up and it's ultra weird angle, and she struggles to get in because, by the time you're sitting in this, you're about an inch away from the bitumen. And he didn't look much happier. How many millions of dollars worth of car just pulled around the corner. If my wife and I were in it, we'd be giggling. We'd be so happy. But these two, maybe they just had an argument. I don't know. But off it wobbled with the deep throat engine with the bazillion horsepower, and never to be seen again. But my wife and I just sort of looked at each other like, did you see what I saw? Yep. Was that a? Yep. But so happy just to be in Paris eating €3 croissants. So that was my supercar story. I have another supercar story. It's of a Ferrari, but not this one. This is a Ferrari Aperta. I've never heard of this name. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I probably am. I'm working class. Beautiful car, by the way. My Ferrari story is, yes, it was the very same trip of meeting the Bugatti. We drove down in our little Peugeot 308. We leased it from Paris and put 5,000 Ks on it. Wound up leaving it in, what's that border city? I'll think of it in a second. We put 3,000 kilometres on this brand new 308. We were very pleased with it. It wasn't a Ferrari, but we enjoyed it. We were in Monaco for a few days. We were staying outside of Monaco. Can't remember the name of that town either. It was about 10 kilometres out of Monaco. We would catch the train into Monaco to ogle rich people and their things, but we were standing outside the Monte Carlo Casino in Monaco, as you do, watching the pretty cars go by. And I'm not sure what model Ferrari went by, but it was completely wrecked because it had UK plates on it, and both occupants, fairly elderly couple, both had a Union Jack baseball cap on. They just looked ridiculous. And it was quite a laughable moment. Rich does not mean class. Classy car, but all we could think about was these knobs in it. What do we got? Another Bugatti. Not subtle, is it? Orange and black. But I suppose if you're going to buy one of these, you want to be seen, you want to be noticed. Yeah. Fantastic looking badge. Everything about this is just out there, isn't it? I forget how many horsepower. Is it 1,000 horsepower? I can't remember. Just mind-boggling. And the amount of effort they take to get another couple of kilometres per hour. This is the Bugatti Veyron. Outstanding vehicles, aren't they? How does that go next to the Chiron? My word. Imagine having a garage full of 1-to-1 scale of these. Quite happy having a garage full of the 1-to-43s, to be honest. And here we have the one I showed earlier, I think. It's a blur. When you're just looking at pretty things, don't your eyes just glaze over after a little while? This is the Lamborghini Aventador. Of course it is. The LP 724. Occasionally you'll see one of these in Perth. It's not a small city. There is a dealer who sells these new, believe it or not, in humble little Perth, Australia. They're probably not cheaper, they're probably more expensive here, but again, if you have the money, what do you care? You notice them on the freeway. I mean, of course you notice them on the freeway. It's a Lamborghini. But the other thing I notice when I do see them is the amount of cars that hover around them and follow them. Not my cup of tea. I'd probably rent one, but not my cup of tea. I like subtle. I like to go places unnoticed. But I'm a die-cast collector, and that's the kind of people we are. Fancy, fanciful, beautiful, but possibly just for other people. And that's okay. Artwork on wheels. Fun to see, fun to look at, and trying to get them all in shot. I'm used to getting 1 to 64 cars in shot. Is that good? Or should we just go upstairs for a little? That's a bit better. There you go. Some eye candy for your day. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for part 2 because there are more of these to come. Bye.